of bonding and properties. Properties of the compound depend upon the nature of bonding present in them. Let us discuss the effects of nature of bonding on the properties of compounds. Ionic compounds are made up of positively and negatively charged ions. Thus, they consist of ions and not the molecules. These positively and negatively charged ions are held together in a solid or crystal form with strong electrostatic attractive force. The orderly arrangement of sodium and chloride ions in a solid crystal of sodium chloride is shown in figure 4.3. Here is the figure 4.3. This is the figure. Regular arrangement of Na plus and Cl minus in solid crystal of NaC. The ionic compounds have following properties. Ionic compounds are mostly crystalline solids. Ionic compounds in solid state have negligible electrical conductance, but they are good conductors in solution and in the molten form. It is due to presence of free ions in them. Ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points. For example, sodium chloride has melting point 800 degrees Celsius. It is the MCQs and boiling point 1413 degrees Celsius. It is also the MCQs as ionic compounds are made up of positive and negative ions. They exist strong electrostatic forces of attraction between oppositely charged ions, so a great amount of energy is required to break these forces. They dissolve easily in polar solvents like water. Water is a polar solvent. This is the MCQs in the board. Water has high dielectric constant that weakens the attraction between ions. Here's the next topic, covalent compounds. What is covalent compounds? The covalent compounds are made up of molecules that are formed by mutual sharing of electrons between their atoms, i.e. covalent bonds. A covalent bond is generally regarded as weaker than an ionic bond. Covalent compounds are made up of two or more nonmetals, H2CH4, CO2, H2SO4, C6H12O6. Lower molecular mass covalent compounds are gases or low boiling liquids. Contrary to it, higher molecular mass covalent compounds are solid. General properties shown by covalent compounds are as follows. They have usually low melting and boiling points. They are usually bad conductors of heat. The compounds having polar character in their bonding are conductors of electricity when they dissolve in polar solvents. They are usually insoluble in water but are soluble in non-aqueous solvents like benzene, ether, alcohol, and acetone. Larger molecules with three-dimensional bonding form covalent crystals which are very stable and hard. They have very high melting and boiling points. Polar and non-polar compounds. As discussed earlier, the partially in a chemical bond is due to the difference in electronegativities of the bonding atoms. On the purely scale, fluorine has been given an electronegativity value of 4.0. The values for other elements are calculated relative to it. Properties of non-polar and polar covalent compounds differ to same extent. Non-polar covalent compounds usually do not dissolve in water, while polar covalent compounds usually dissolve in water. Similarly, non-polar compounds do not conduct electricity, but an aqueous solution of polar compound usually conducts electricity due to the formation of ions as result of its reaction with water. This is very important long question in board, and here is the MCQs, and this is not important but it should be learned student. Okay.